Sandra.
Dexter.
Maddie.
It's Nate.
Raven.
Reshma.
James now.
Key decisions that youth are making are their transitions out of foster care and their going to college and looking for something in the workforce to do.
I feel like most decisions that youth are faced with these days are what the next step is after high school, whether it be like going straight into a job or a career or going to college.
There are just a whole bunch of steps that go into each one, like especially with careers. So with careers, I always thought is like, all right, this is point A where I currently am, and where I want to be is point B. Now, big decisions for me are also a lot of little decisions, like what decisions can I make to get me along that path from point A to point B?
I think the way in which youth make decisions is really based on several different factors in our lives, whether they are things that we can control or are outside of our control. So of course there's peer pressure and peer opinions, because oftentimes when there are certain topics that we don't feel comfortable going to our parents with, we go to our friends.
So I think the best way for youth to make decisions is to take it step by step. You can't get through anything if you are just constantly going at a super quick pace. Take it step by step, break it down, and think of all the positives and negatives.
They do pros and cons. That's one of the things that I would do for making a decision, and asking for help, talking about the decision to seeing if it's right.
I personally have a strong support system behind me, with my state DHR, my local DHR, my mentor, my internship that I finished at Kids to Love. I built a great relationship with them. Going back to those support systems that you have, like the mentors, the DHR workers, and everyone that you come across networking with, all those different people, allows you to go back to those people when you are at a crossroad where you don't know what to do next. So with those decisions that you make, you have a support system behind you.
Most youth go to teachers, peers, or family for support in decisions they're making. I need to find outside resources, which often come from my school, my counselors that for sure help me out a lot with that and can connect me with the right people to go to.
Personally, I think that in some cases, it might be easier to go to a teacher or a guidance counselor, because they'll have an unbiased or unaffected way of listening to what you need from them.
Going to school counselors, mine is YTP. Mine is the YTP specialist. She's helping me out to making good decisions and to think out how to manage my decisions.
I think barriers that come with making decisions are a lot of the ones that are just placed on you. If it's financial, I know that's a huge barrier, because sometimes going to college isn't always going to be an option for you because you can't afford it, and that's a barrier. And you need to decide how you're going to work through that, whether that's getting a job, but having a job that can interfere with your schooling, it can interfere with having friends, so you have to be giving up this stuff. And I don't believe you need to give up stuff to pursue the stuff you want to do. And so I think a lot of barriers come from economical and just things you're placed in.
One of the greatest barriers that young people in rural areas face in making decisions is that they don't have enough resources in rural and underdeveloped areas.
I would say that getting resources can be harder, is especially harder depending on where you live, and also, and this is the statute of what color you are. Those are really some of the big issues that I see.
I think that barriers are just the things that keep us from actualizing ourselves in a way that goes outside of who we are and the choices that we are able to make. And oftentimes make it so that no matter what we really want to choose, it's not really us, but the society we're in that dictates where we end up.
So some things that I do see that I see some programs helping out, especially in African American neighborhoods like Inglewood, which I am in, helping out with kids. I'm seeing a lot more charter schools pop up, which which will hopefully end up being a good thing. So kids will be able to get a more quality education.
Solutions that would address the barriers that students face in making decisions include strengthening our public school systems and ensuring that they're funded appropriately across the board and throughout the nation to ensure that students with every zip code can access a quality education to help them thrive in life.